Hello, this is my Ford Swot analysis. My name is Benjamin Isaiah Flores. My options were Fuddruckers, Facebook, and Ford. I chose Ford. Let's get started. Starting off with our general timeline, 1903, Henry Ford founded the Ford Motor Company, and 5 years later, he introduced the Model T with the main idea being something for the average consumer. In the 19 By the time we reach the 1913, we have the assembly line due to the Industrial Revolution, and that would lead to the Roaring Twenties, where Ford would become a global brand. And then it would no longer be a global brand on the account of the Great Depression through the 1930s. Though, starting in the 1940s, all companies were changed and reformatted to help with the war effort, thus ending the, the Great Depression. By the time we reach the nuclear family in the 50s, Ford has become a household name, and we see the first instant of the F Series. By the 1970s, we see the rise of pickup trucks in the beginning of post-nuclear family culture. By the time we reach the 1980s, the Ford F models has become the most dominant model of Ford. And by the time we reach our modern age of 1920, electric vehicles have begun their true takeover, quote unquote. More on that later. Of their strengths, I'm gonna be real, it's trucks. Ford is known for trucks, specifically their F model, and nothing more. But that being said, they are really good in that. As said in SEMA News, the Ford F1 series retains title of best-selling truck for the 46th consecutive year. As you can tell, that lines up pretty well with the rise of pickup trucks in the 1980s. Continuing, we can see Forbes provides a picture of the stock price performances a year ago. We can see that they're doing good, which by transitive properties means that they're quite well known. And with extensive manufacturing, come on, they're everywhere. I will say, as a side note, their diverse product portfolio. They do produce SUVs, though you wouldn't know that because they're known for trucks. Continuing with their weaknesses, this is from Guru Focus. Ford faces quality control issues with 850,000 vehicles recalled due to fuel pump defects. I know I'm reading a quote verbatim, but what this means is they lose money. And fun fact, Fords are not cheap to make. So, as you can tell from a more recent uh, stock, they are not doing so good in this day and age. They are quite struggling. At the same time, the picture was specifically not provided by Google Focus by investing.com, specifically showing that they really suck at entering the EV market, especially when it comes to Teslas who dominate the market. As you can see, Teslas are number one when it comes to EV manufacturing, while Ford is only 15th, which is pretty miserable. As for opportunities, the overarching thing is electric vehicles. There's not much to put here. It's that overall America is pushing green and all companies are following suit to the best abilities. That being said, it is only the America who's pushing green to the highest degree. Because of that, and due to economic turmoil and overall inconsistency, any form of complication results in a huge loss of money, no matter which way you look at it. As for my recommendations for investors, EV is clearly the right way to go, and overall, it's the way to go, and most likely should just focus on maximizing trucks above all things while minimizing everything else. And for the directors, EV's ultimate flaw is its inability to keep up with gasoline. So we need to focus on making sure it can keep up with gasoline and have more fuel than gasoline. We also need to make sure to minimize risk because, fun fact, If anyone's been in a warehouse during a disaster, then God bless are you who made it out to tell the story. Finally, trucks are just overall completely efficient, and no matter which way, again, which way you look at it, will always be useful. Here are my sources for everything, and that's all. Thank you for watching my SWOT presentation.